Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's 3WND podcast. 3WND is the best place online to hear the biggest and funniest news stories around the world this week. I'm Jason.
I'm Mark.
And my name is Rob.
Hey,
Hello, boys.
how we
How's it
doing?
going?
Yeah, good. You?
All good.
Did you have a good birthday?
I did. So two of us are 1 year older. This is
Yeah.
the last podcast. Sad time.
Crazy.
Happy belated
but
to you two.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you very
So
much.
another year older, another year more experience with the podcast.
Exactly.
right.
And we
Let's kick
both
things off.
experienced mini holidays, first ones post-corona.
Yes.
So I guess, and the coronavirus has been in the news quite a lot this week. So I guess it's probably a good place for us to start.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I went to an island off North Germany's coast. So I
Very
had to
nice.
kind of wear a mask going into the hotel and wear a mask in the obvious places around, which is a little bit crazy.
Oh, wow.
What did you do, Mark?
I was in Brighton. Didn't have to wear a mask anywhere other than the train there, which was
Really?
cool. Yeah. All the shops.
You had to
and
wear on
that,
the
like-
train? Okay.
Yeah, on the train we have to. Although I went to Southampton the other day, and you wouldn't think that from the amount of people that weren't wearing them. But
You know
yeah.
what? I haven't put a mask on my face for 1 second.
Have you not?
Really?
Pretty controversial. I'm like one of those
No.
Americans that just don't believe in it.
Except,
I'm
except,
joking.
well, the fact you've not been anywhere, right?
Well, I've been places. There's only one time where I thought to myself, I should be wearing a mask now, and that's when I was in Lidl when it was quite busy.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you don't have to wear them in supermarkets too.
no.
No way. That's crazy. In Germany, you have supermarkets, shops, public transport. For months now, you have to wear it.
Yeah,
And if you don't.
Rob, haven't you had to wear any at work?
Oh no, like no one gives a shit at work.
Oh, that's helpful.
When I was on furlough and there's some guys carry on working because they just love work so much, I messaged one of them saying, hope you're keeping your distance from each other. And the response was, haha, like fuck we are. Because they're proper
yeah.
hard men.
They're hard.
They-
They eat their chips.
They can take on this virus with an arm wrestle. So
Oh, bloody hell. But yeah, in terms of in England, we got the go-ahead for gyms to open up from the 25th, and nail salons and beauty places, they can all open up either then or like next week, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's pretty much everything kicking back into place. However, I must say, last night I thought, okay, restaurants are open now. I'll go out with some of the lads for a late birthday dinner. And we went out where I live, and not one restaurant was open.
Really? I thought
No.
they'd be desperate to open.
They were
restaurants.
only open for takeaway. Not a single one was open to go
Wow.
in. Yeah,
That's
so that
interesting.
was we already get takeaways and just sit around.
Not even
in the
Nando's?
shopping
Subway.
centre. No, they're takeaway only, and they had to wait 45 minutes if I wanted one.
Madness.
Yeah, it
did you
was
get a lovely
not-
birthday Happy Meal?
It was a burger, correct, when there was not from McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm a classy young man, Rob. GBK.
I got a GBK.
Exactly.
GBK.
GBK. But yeah, so it's not going, I assumed everything would be opening up as soon as, but people were taking it very slowly.
Brighton wasn't terrible, was it?
Brighton had some options, but I'd say only about half the places were open still, and the pubs,
Wow, that's quite
not
surprising.
many. In the pubs, you're supposed to give your name and
Yeah.
contact detail, but we went to Wetherspoons like 4 times, only once did they ask us to do that, and several other bars I went to didn't even ask anything. So it's a bit all over the show. It's a bit of a shit show, to be honest, but yeah, so not going too well on that side of things.
In the pub, it
Yeah,
felt
so-
weird. I went to the barman and I asked for him to fill up my bottle of water, so I had some water to drive home with, and it just felt like he should be my enemy, like he's a zombie or something. And it was all weird. It was like a weird interaction with a human I've never seen before. I was like, what? How does this work again? Like, I'm going to a
Wow.
barman and talking.
5 or 6 days time, you could be a zombie yourself now.
Yeah.
So one of the headlines from the weekend I saw in the UK was drunk people can't social distance. So obviously Saturday
fucking
everything
hell.
opened up, right? So the Brits went pretty mad. I've seen the photos of like London, and it looks like carnage.
I mean, generally, a lot of people were okay over the nation, but it is harder to social distance when you're drinking, isn't it? Like, You get more emotional.
Yeah,
You end up like
of course.
hugging your mates where you wouldn't usually, and you
You don't
know,
do that.
More emotional. Of course.
you have these
We
really
never
deep
get
chats,
emotional
you
when
know.
we drink. We never
Yeah,
get emotional when we
I
drink.
don't think you could find a single photo of us three getting emotional together, right?
Nah.
Not a single one.
Never.
We always
happened.
stay 1 meter apart when we're drinking.
Easy,
Standing.
easy. We just give
We've
each
always
other
cared about
virtual
social
hugs.
distancing.
Exactly. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's. But I'm assuming you've got that in most places, like other countries. They can't just be English people; they get emotional drunk.
It's weird though,
Definitely.
because we went to the pub on Wednesday, and it was all, you know, well laid out and thought out and sensible. And I thought, yeah, this will work. Like, I don't feel anything can go wrong in this situation. But the pictures that I saw, especially in Soho, they were drinking on the streets. But I still think that's kind of like a knock-on effect from opening the pubs. Like, everyone's celebrating and having a drink. It's not shoppers or anything. But it's also not in the pubs, because on the streets you can't regulate any rules. So I just think
Yeah.
the pub should have probably been the last things to open, personally, or at least one of the last things. But
Will you
You
guys
can
be going to the gym this weekend?
Yeah, they won't open till the 25th, so no.
25th?
Yeah,
Wow.
got like another 2 weeks.
Okay.
But the problem is you've got to book time slots, so it's whether I can get a decent
Oh my
time
God.
slot is going to be the issue.
I did not know that bit.
Well, if they're like busier, if they're like nothing gyms that, you know, don't have a lot of clientele, it'd probably be easier.
Over
But
here on the websites, they show how busy they are. So you know if you go at a certain time it's
yes,
busy, you have to wait outside, so you kind of know when you can go or not.
the problem I've got with my gym is I've never been able to use the app anyways. It doesn't think I'm a natural person there. So how the hell am I going to book anywhere?
It doesn't think you're a natural person.
No. I think it's because I never had to watch the induction videos, but they never asked me to. But now it just doesn't think I'm a person when I put my details in. I'm like, how am I going to book anything? So I might just be watching from outside and going, nice.
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 That gym debate actually went online with a bit of a fight.
So
for
Rob,
me.
you were getting some hate or some few
Oh yeah,
arguments, right?
lots of hate. Yeah, three people against me was going on earlier today about this
You're
gym.
gonna give us a bad name, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you need enemies, you need haters. Otherwise, you're doing something wrong if no one hates you.
Unless you're no, carry on.
We need some likers. No, we've got some support as well. But yeah, this whole gym debate, I was just saying, I thought it'd be sensible to see the knock-on effect from all the pubs opening, to see in a couple of weeks' time if a second wave comes up or if there's another spike, because you don't really know for a couple of weeks. So I thought maybe wait to see how things go with the pubs opening before opening gyms and stuff like that. Mostly because of the air circulation and enclosed spaces, and obviously you're sharing
That's
equipment.
true.
You're
It's
touching the
gotta
same
be one of
equipment
them
and
hot
machines.
spots, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought, but no one else agreed with me.
People are going to be bringing their own cleaning supplies to the gym. You're not going to
Yeah.
rely on someone else to blooming clean it, are you?
But three
No,
guys who look like gym enthusiasts were having a go at me. They
I did look at their profiles.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're arguing.
Yeah, but they're saying, like, they were saying gym should be the first thing to open because it affects people's physical health, mental health, and we need to, you know, fight with build up a immune system. But there's no excuse for really putting people's lives in danger when you can go to a park, you can run on the road, you can do press ups, you can watch YouTube videos, you can do all sorts to keep fit.
Yeah, I'd say you're more at risk with germs in a gym than probably anywhere else.
Yeah, and then someone goes, "Oh, obviously you don't care about our economy and people's jobs," and I was like, "Well, I care about people's lives more."
Yeah. Plus, I'm pretty sure you'll find. I've obviously like that is a big industry, but like for instance, retail and like pub industries, hospitality. That is mega money every year, and that was always going to open up before the gyms were, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
Priorities, really, though, isn't it?
That's
Gotta do
it.
what
They've
you gotta
got to find the stagger to getting the economy open, and naturally they're going to try and get the more in-demand places up prior to things like fitness, I'd say.
Yeah. So we're going to see how things progress. So
Yeah.
generally, globally, coronavirus cases are still going up, which is pretty insane. In the US, had like 60,000 in a day. Trump is going about how they do more testing, et cetera, et cetera. But the craziest news, I guess, corona this week is the Brazilian president testing positive after he downplayed, it's just the irony, isn't it? He downplayed corona for so long, and here he is with corona.
Yeah.
I don't wish anyone got it, but if I could wish one person to get it, it would have been the Brazilian president. So
it'll be interesting to what degree he gets it. I don't know if he's got like mega side effects or is, zero. I don't know.
Apparently it's quite light, or he's shown no symptoms or anything.
I'm pretty sure if he died from it.
Had some minor cold, he said.
If he dies from it or something, he's going to say that regardless, aren't they? He ain't going to be seen in public. So if he dies from it, then we'll see what happens in Brazil. But I did read 45% of the new cases have all come from Brazil and America of the world.
Yeah,
that is
wow,
crazy.
Smashed, aren't they?
Yeah, Mexico's had a big hit as well. So
it's not going away, is it? Just yet.
It's going to be quite a while till this goes.
Seems like it's worked its way across the world, like
it's interesting.
Westly. It's gone from Eastern Asia across Europe and now across the Americas.
Yeah, you don't hear as much in Africa, but I assume there's going to be less publicity or testing going on in a lot of them countries to know what the actual true effect is over there.
All right, shall we move on? That's our corona update for this week. We'll be talking about that next week, I'm sure, the latest stories. So something that's been in the press over the last week or so, he's rolling on and on, as I think the last couple of days pretty big, is the J.K. Rowling and cancel culture, which we didn't really know, or I didn't really know what it was. So I've been trying to read up on it. And it's super interesting topic. So cancel culture, as far as I'm aware, is when a celebrity or someone else says something that a lot of people disagree with or is controversial. They get a lot of hate and then get removed from things or things taken down. And since then, a lot of celebrities and a lot of writers and journalists have come out and they've just kind of published an open letter saying how they disagree with the cancel culture and believe it's kind of encroaching on the freedom of speech. So they believe people should be able to say what they want and not be scared of it in case there's repercussions down the road. So 150 authors and academics published an open letter from Harper's. I guess that's an online thing. Harper's Magazine, expressing the concern. So yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. What do you think? The people that are scared they could be cancelled have come out against the cancel culture, which is makes sense for them, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's levels of what you can openly say and not. But if you're scared to say anything mildly controversial ever, then what is the point in saying anything? Everyone's got to have an opinion on something, essentially. If you can't
the big
say
thing
anything
here is the backlash against J.K. Rowling, right? So she came out with an original tweet. I'll just read that quick for everyone's memory. So this is a J.K. Rowling tweet. If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability to many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. So the truth is her own words. But yeah, so that's a pretty insane tweet that started this over a month ago now.
I don't really know what she got out of doing that, to be honest.
That's the thing, like the things I don't agree with and the things I do agree with, I always think, why say it? Like, what made you say this? Does it come from a place of just frustration and hate against something? But
it's random, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why she decided to say stuff like this. Like, it's always going to have a backlash. What is she saying? Like,
some people
are erasing women? It's pretty nuts.
Nothing good was ever going to come from that tweet, and she must have known that. But I get why that one's got a lot of controversy, but I don't agree with people having to PG up everything they say so they don't offend somebody, because everyone tries to find something to be
The
offended
cancel
by.
culture will probably like solve itself in a way. Like if someone says something that everyone disagrees with, people are going to be put off by that person and just show less interest in them. So you kind of can use your own cancel culture against someone. But at the same time, you can't, I don't know, social media shouldn't have the power to make everyone's opinions the same. Like,
Yeah.
you need a yin and a yang. You need like a offense to your defense and blah, blah, blah. You need, otherwise the world's not going to work. If everyone's thinking the same, it's just not going to.
Yeah. If you're going to sugarcoat anything.
Like your debate, Rob, today about the gyms reopening, right? It's good to be online and debating with real people in real time, right? Different
Yeah.
things.
I was loving it.
Someone's right and someone's wrong.
There was no like, kind of like, oh, fuck you kind of talk. It was all like, you know, this is what I think, this is what you think. But, you know, a lot of things in the world right now are big topics and people have very strong opposing views. But it's important to try to listen to those opposing views, just to learn from each other and move on.
Yeah.
Because
if everyone was trying, go on.
Well, yeah, I don't really have much to say, but for me personally, like every time there is a strong opinion on something, even if I agree with it, I'm always like, well, maybe this is happening because of this, and I try to find an argument against it just for the sake of it. But yeah, I don't think it's healthy for someone to decide, you know, even if I agree with it, this is the way the world should be. I think people need to figure it out for themselves, really.
Yeah, so just quickly, so the letter that was published by the 150 academics writers on Harper's Magazine, there's a kind of headline of that. They wanted to say, the free exchange of information and ideas, the lifeblood of society should happen, right? Is ideally becoming more constricted, and the demands they want to be upheld are value of rebut. What's interesting. So what they're saying is now too common to hear calls for swift and severe retribution into response to perceived transgressions. So they're too easily attacked. So they're kind of saying they're, you know, the Twitter mob or whoever, if they post something, say something, they're too quickly attacked, and they believe they should have the ability to, you know, share their ideas, which I do agree with, but I just feel every action has, you know, repercussions, right? If you are in the limelight, if you are a celebrity and you say things that are controversial, a lot of people disagree with, there's always going to be backlashes. It's simple, and you should expect that. And if you say something knowing that, you haven't got the ability to complain about it. She said it, she knew it was going to go well. Why then do all this shit? Like, come on, let's deal with it.
Maybe she loves to masturbate that she's getting with people, right?
Maybe she does.
Rob, maybe you are J.K. Rowling.
Secretly. J.K. Rowling has actually had, like, have you heard of her life story, like what she's gone through to get where she is? It's actually very interesting. She deserves a lot of respect for where she's got. That's why I don't really like also this cancel culture thing. It's kind of like how he said about the Winston Churchill thing as well. You don't know really personally what the person was all about. You can't just judge someone from a very small part of their lives or their beliefs. You know, I think everyone in the world has an old relative that says something racist or homophobic or something in their life, and you can't just say, "Oh, you know, my nan's a bit of an arsehole." It's just, you just
said it though. So.
I'll give you a backlash later.
You know what I mean?
But it's crazy, like one 200 character tweet has just changed everyone's perception about J.K. Rowling, right? And
crazy.
You get all of these Harry Potter fan groups and kind of businesses that come from it, trying to distance themselves, even the actors and actresses, from it, right? Like just one tweet that she can never delete because it's always going to be online somewhere is now going to probably affect her entire life. It's pretty insane.
That's also the dangerous thing with the internet now. Once it goes out, it's there forever. People screenshot things, and it's always there.
Yeah.
I was thinking that about TikTok, which is completely different end of the scale, but the fucking stupid dances that people do on TikTok, I think,
Oh,
people are going to record that, and you're going to be embarrassed and looking like a dick for the rest of your life.
Also, really winds me up that they get loads of views just for being fit. You know, I've done a few very nice things on TikTok. I got very little.
Oh, you got TikTok?
I got it at the start of lockdown.
Really?
Just out of boredom, just to see what was
What have you
going
done
on.
on it?
I just put up a few funny videos from the past, and like me and Rob did a good spoof about going to Cactus.
Oh
Cactus
no, that's on
University.
TikTok.
That is
Where?
on TikTok.
Oh no.
What were you doing?
I'll send you a link later. Basically, me and Rob did a video of us having a really emotional conversation with like backing music about going to Cactus University while we're munching on just a lettuce.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to. I'll send you the video later. It's emotional.
Emotional.
But yeah, that's had hardly any views, and then you get some girl just showing off her boobs and standing there for like 5 seconds, and she gets about 4 million hits. No justice.
I hope there's girls that you're watching are over 18, because I assumed everyone was between 15 and 16. Actually,
I
that
have
doesn't
no
really make
idea,
sense.
Rob. No, it doesn't. And it's all random. You just flick, and there's another one, boom, another one. Yeah, it's crap. I used it for about an hour, like over like the space of a week, and thought, "What is this? It's rubbish." But,
Okay.
yeah.
That's our
But
review of
that's
TikTok.
and cancel culture. So I'm sure this
Yeah.
cancel culture discussion will carry on, and J.K. Rowling will try and fight her corner more, and then we can see what happens. Another interesting news story this week, a really interesting one, is Kanye West for president. If you were an American, would you vote for him, guys? What do you think?
Kanye
Me?
West?
No. Definitely not.
You wouldn't?
No. Definitely not. Would you, Mark?
If I had to straight out choose between him and Donald Trump, I probably would, yes. But he's not an ideal candidate, is he? I mean, I'm an Obama fan myself. I want him back. He was the best.
They got Joe Biden running on the other side there, haven't they? So he's also an option.
Oh, yeah, he's the best candidate for sure. But if it was a straight knockout between Trump and Kanye, I'd be voting for Kanye.
No,
What about you,
I'd
Jace?
say he's even worse than Trump, so I would vote for Trump. Like Kanye West, he's super religious now, isn't he? So he's against abortion, against all these stupid things that were discussion points in like the 60s that shouldn't be discussed now. So no, he's no way, man. I would not vote for Kanye West in a million
I'm not going to
years.
discriminate against like mental health things, but he says he's bipolar. I mean, I think he's diagnosed bipolar. He like speaks his heart, which is not always a great quality to have as a president. You know, he speaks basically what's on his mind. He's very irrational with his thoughts and personality. He said controversial things like, what did he say? Something about slavery being a choice if he went for it for that many years.
Oh, yeah.
You not hear that?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of things he said that has been, a bit fucked up. Not very president-like.
He did say he thought he decided when he was in the shower that he's gonna run for presidency.
His ego is so big that that's just probably the next thing he wanted to do.
Personally, I think this is a massive publicity stunt on his part.
Does he need it?
Yes. So I don't think legally, like I'm trying to read now, like can he actually go for president?
He has missed the ballot on several of these states, but he's going to blag it's
Indiana,
Corona.
Texas, Maine. So who knows? But man, like just because you're a celebrity, like can that just mean you can be like, just politics in general is so fucked up, isn't it?
Who was the former president that was an actor? I forgot.
Ronald
Is it
Reagan.
Reagan?
or
Yeah.
was it-
Reagan.
He
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
actor.
Surprising it's the only one though. You think more kind of celebrities would do it, because why not? They will. This is going to happen, especially in America. It's going to happen where celebrities just become president.
Yeah, it's
But they
not a great
can't.
idea. Kanye West is not the most intellectual person in America, believe it or not.
He'll be worse. He'll be more crazy than Trump.
Me and Mark
I
were
mean-
debating what rapper would make the worst / best president out there.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Jason?
Sorry, say that again.
What
reading
rapper do
about
you think would
Kanye
be the best or worst president?
Which rapper?
Would be better or worse?
I'm not sure there'd be many work that better or worse. I have no idea. What's some of your options?
Rob, did you have any?
Well, I wasn't thinking about any, but if I was to choose for a better one, there's a lot of rappers into political speech and revolution, like Chuck D from Public Enemy. Immortal
Where would you
Technique,
stand
so-
on someone like Eminem?
Eminem.
I don't know if that's much better than Kanye West.
No, he's also a very miserable bastard these days as well.
Is he? What does he do? Eminem, is he still around?
He has an album out this year.
Oh, he did, didn't he? And he didn't do very well,
Yeah.
did it? Got,
I'm not a big
killed by
fan
the
of him as a
critic.
person anymore. I used to be. I can imagine someone like T-Pain would be terrible because he'd do everything in autotune.
T-Pain.
He'd do everything in autotune.
What about Nas? Nas would be great. I quite like Nas.
Yeah.
He's quite
Yeah.
a good guy. He seems I've seen a few things with Nas, and he just randomly seems quite switched on. Just randomly over the last couple of months or so.
To be fair, I'm surprised we haven't mentioned Jay-Z because he's got, friends in high places now.
Like Kanye West.
Yeah.
Are they friends? Or are they
I
enemies?
think
Oh,
they've
okay.
ended their feud, but Kanye did think Jay-Z was trying to kill him.
Yeah, he's a great presidential candidate. I would definitely vote for Jay-Z, though. I think he's definitely a bit more stable than Kanye West.
He's trying
a
to
family
kill
man.
Kanye.
But my ideal rapper president would be Snoop Dogg, hands down, every time. Snoop Dogg running America, that'll just be freaking insane.
It would just be Weed City, wouldn't it?
I
Yeah.
just love it.
Literally, you could see America from space, just a cloud of smoke the day after he's elected.
Where would you stand on Ice Cube?
Ice Cube. He's also
He'd-
quite switched
he'd-
on.
He'd be very entertaining.
He's been quite vocal in the Black Lives Matter movement. Obviously, makes sense. But he was like meant to do like an award show or something, and then he pulled out. And he seems quite switched on as well.
Okay, who would you think would be worst president than Kanye West?
That's a harder
Dr.
challenge.
Dre. 50 Cent.
50 Cent. It's quite a good businessman, isn't he? 50 Cent.
Well, he went
bankrupt,
bankrupt.
didn't
Yeah.
He was a
He
better
still is
businessman than he was a rapper anyway. He's a shit rapper.
Well, then he's an even worse businessman. What about Andre 3000? I think he's a little eccentric to be.
I
I think
love
he might be
Andre.
worse than Kanye.
He'll be looking
Yeah.
so sick every time he goes to a press
Why?
conference.
I was going to say, why aren't we choosing anyone English? But then I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. So, no.
What English rapper should be president of America?
Dappy.
Which English rapper should be prime minister? Which English celebrity should do it? Like, who would you vote for?
Carla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carla is very politically aware.
Okay.
I don't think we'd get much worse than Boris Johnson, regardless what celebrity I chose. To be honest,
That's for sure.
he's like he looks like a giant overweight baby.
He does. Why are they just so weird? These people that become prime ministers and presidents, like they're just so weird.
They get a
Weird.
fan base for being eccentric. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't get much choice, though, do we? We don't really get to vote for anyone normal or.
Nope.
I'd like Stephen Merchant. I'd love Stephen Merchant as pro.
I love Stephen Merchant. He should be prime minister.
Cool. He's fun and he's a smart man. Let's get the campaign going. Stephen
We used to
Merchant.
hate him.
Yeah, I did. I even saw him live and got interviewed for the media prior to his gig, and he said, "Why do you like Stephen Merchant?" And I said, "I don't like Stephen Merchant." And then I saw him live, and I thought, "This guy is amazing, and he is the brains behind everything Ricky Gervais has ever done."
Really? Actually? Or you
Yeah.
just think that?
Oh, he 100% is the brains. After listening to the radio show as well, Stephen Merchant, absolute god.
I do
Change
like
my
him.
tune.
He's a really funny guy.
Exactly. Don't judge a book by its cover, right?
I've always liked
Exactly
him.
that.
I've got no beef with him.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Does that conclude part one, Jason? Or is there anything else you need to say?
Yes. I think part one is complete. So
Perfecto.
we will
Take a short-
be back after this short sponsor break.
Okay. Eat snack
Bye.
sauce.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This part two, we talk about more funny, interesting, odd news stories we found this week. Plus, we'll start with an update from Rob about the social media polls this week. What have we got going on?
So the first poll I ran this week since I last spoke to you guys was if I should get a haircut.
No.
The answer is no.
What was the stats?
It was quite high. It was I feel it was about 80% not get a haircut.
Nice.
Good choice.
The big news was the people who voted I should get a haircut was mostly people that I do know or we do know. So
And were they ladies or guys?
Yeah, mostly ladies, a couple of guys as well. But yeah, so the people who know me think, yeah, cut your fucking hair, Rob. But everyone else in the world is like, nah.
Keep it,
Be your own
man. Let it grow.
Strong, independent woman.
I'm a wild guy. So yeah, and then the other one was so Lewis Hamilton's dog's vegan, apparently. I just wanted to know if everyone thought that was a good idea. What do you guys think?
Like, is that healthy for a dog? Is that possible?
I haven't done loads of research. I don't know too much about it, but I have heard that, especially within cats, if they don't have a certain specific diet, and I think it comes from mostly meat, they can get really bad health issues with, I think some go blind, I heard.
Oh, no.
Yeah, vegan should be a choice, and the dog clearly has zero choice in this.
I like it.
Good point.
Is it animal cruelty on Lewis Hamilton's behalf? Like, is it just cruel? Like, I love the fact that it's vegan, and I think it's great in a sense, but it just seems a bit harsh.
Yeah, that's not a jam. I'm not a fan of him being.
Sorry, I didn't mention 81% of people said it's a thumbs down. The dog being vegan.
As much as your hair.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So who's going to tell Lewis Hamilton about this?
I'll have a word with him.
Okay, great.
I mean, I don't like the bloke anyway.
I quite like Lewis Hamilton.
He is very much not liked amongst the English public.
How come?
Wow.
I think it's because he chose to live abroad rather than...
What a bastard.
Don't you hate it when people, English go and live abroad, Jason?
If I was as rich as that guy, I don't think I'd choose to live in bloody Chesterfield or whatever. I'll be...
Chesterfield?
I'm just giving an example.
That was such a weird choice.
If I was rich, the first thing I'd do is buy abroad, I think. I don't see the point of being a millionaire in the UK.
Well, also, Lewis Hamilton moved to tax-friendly places, Switzerland and Monaco. So he clearly did it for tax purposes, plus, the weather.
So what we're saying is he's a real piece of shit, right?
But we would all do the same if we could. So,
I wouldn't. I'd be just sharing the wealth with charities and living my life in Chesterfield.
Buying your dog steaks.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah. I think it's great, but yeah, I is it just a bit cruel? Probably.
It is cruel, yes. Yeah. The public spoke, Jason, 81%.
Yeah. Email Lewis quick.
There we go.
So is that all you have, Rob? Is that the polls for this week?
Yes. There is some news on topics that we spoke about last week, but we'll get into that later.
Also, Jason should have had some interesting things on polls, seeing he was in Poland. Oh,
No,
classic.
get out. You're out. You're fired. You're fired. 2WND from next week. So yeah, it's pretty nice to like tick off a new country on my birthday, even in 2020, the doomed year. That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to struggle for that this year.
They're right. The crazy thing was we're staying on the German side of the island, but the island's got a Polish side. So we went across to Poland on my birthday. So the German side, it's all beaches, really nice, and it's very traditional, very nice. The German side, and then we assumed the Polish side wouldn't be as nice. And we got to the Polish side, man, everything is brand new. It's got like massive promenade and really cool restaurants. It was way more fun than the German side. So who knew? So well done, Poland. You're killing the Usedom battle of Germany.
Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. One of the interesting topics we've come across this week is, I will read the headline. Toddler claims spooky lady visits him in bed every night and makes specific requests. Get that right?
They both sound a bit dodgy, to be honest.
No, so one of the lines of this story is the family can't work out if these are creepy nighttime terrors and nightmares from the child, bad dreams, or if there's more to them. So obviously the family are concerned. Are these just dreams, or is something a little bit more spooky going on? So what this old lady at night asks him to do is says that she has got to get something from his room, and she wants to put something on his foot, which is a little bit random. So, but it's strange. So what do you guys think?
The kid's 3 years old, right?
2.5, yeah.
2.5. So my niece is almost 3, and yeah, that would worry me, because she's got a human enough brain, or adult enough brain, to not say stuff that random. Like, it's very matter of fact. She has an imagination, but yeah, that's a bit weird.
Do you guys think ghosts exist? Like, there's been so many like alien sightings, right? There's so many stories about ghosts. Like, is there just too many not to think they are real?
Me personally, I think there's certain, we can only use part of our brain, right? I think there's certain times or certain people that maybe tap into something that's happened previously, like they have a past experience, or I don't know what the word is, but I don't necessarily think there's conscious ghosts living amongst us, but I think maybe some people can pick up on previously living beings and experiences around them, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I still had like something that happened as a kid, ghost related, and I can't turn my head around that. So I'm always skeptical now that there might be. Where there was a bloke working in the music room on my lunch break before we went to go to our music lesson, and there's only one door in this room to get in this room, and it goes like kind of around the corner, and the guy was like hammering the floor, and then he walked around the corner. Me and my friend were like, oh, maybe he's going to be done soon, let's go ask. So we went in to ask, went around the corner, and there's no one there, and we didn't leave the door at any stage, and there was no other way out of the room. So ever since then I've been like, well, what the fuck was that then? So I've always been skeptical, but
so you've had an experience. Okay.
Exactly.
I have also got a ghost experience
as
well. You just reminded me. I don't know if I told you guys. I assume I've mentioned it in the past, but when I was a caretaker in Darwin, I was living in a school building, and I was using the classroom as a bedroom. And apparently the building I was staying in was haunted, and everyone was like, saying things that have happened in the past, and making jokes about what's going to happen to me. But anyway, one night when I was staying there on my own, I was just about to go to sleep, and the door handle was grabbed of the room I was in, and it was shaking
Way.
like really aggressively, like that. And I froze like this, and I just froze for a good like 10 seconds. And then after that, I was just listening out, expecting like someone broke into the building. I was just waiting for someone to come in the room, and I was shitting myself thinking, oh my God, someone's going to come in with baseball bats or guns or knives and try to rob the place. But that never happened. So I was actually less scared to find out it was probably a ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good result there, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing happened after that. There's no one in the building, no alarms went off. But I think at that point, I literally was just went straight on Facebook and go, I think I've just been attacked by a ghost, something like that.
I guess like obviously one of the unanswered questions of life is what happens when you die. We're obviously never going to know the answer until we die. But like, I just don't believe we just disappear and that's it, right? Something has to happen, whether
You like
that's
to
going to
believe
heaven
that.
or you come back as a ghost. Who knows? But I think something has to happen, right?
There's
If you don't think, go on.
Oh, sorry. There's a lot of articles of people who have died where their heart stopped for a minute or so, and they've had very similar experiences. So I believe there's something to that.
If you don't believe there's anything, then it's kind of worrying for when you actually die, isn't it? So, well, this is a bit morbid for the funny section.
Yeah. Back to the story. I think they should probably adopt that kid because he's summoning witches.
Why would you want to adopt him if he liked witch? If he was?
No, I mean like the parents should get
put him
rid
up
of
for
him.
adoption.
Yes.
Oh right, yeah.
I should get rid of him.
Oh, wink, wink.
Yeah.
I see what you mean there.
So what they're going to do? They're going to put a nanny cam into the room to see if they can figure it out because he's starting to get really afraid to go to bed and not sleeping.
Oh dear.
And they,
Devil
let's
child.
see what happens.
Don't have kids because something not chill might happen.
It's Damien.
Exactly. All right.
Okay. So moving on from child ghost stories and then onto a jizz record.
The jizz
Smooth
record.
transition right there. I feel that was.
So we-
Ghosting in, some would say.
Well, last week we were
Sorry,
talking about the social distance sex party.
Oh yeah, that's
and it was the orgy, and we were saying, I wonder if they have those white circles where you have to keep 1 meter apart. Unfortunately, 1 meter is not too far, so I wonder if someone could fling jizz over a meter. And
by fling jizz, do you mean actually fling it or ejaculate?
Well, we're going for ejaculation straight from the dick.
I was going to say, flinging it isn't quite ejaculating it.
No, I could definitely fling jizz a meter, but ejaculating... Well, let me get my tape measure. 1 minute,
all right,
please.
What was the record, Rob?
So according to Google, I don't know if it's a Guinness World Record, I'm not sure, but the world record...
Who would monitor that?
The world record jizz is an astonishing 6 meters.
6 meters. So that's essentially like 4 people long. Well, 3 and a bit people long. That's a long way, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder what the technique is on that.
I kind of want to know if I can beat it now, but I don't want to make my house messy.
Oh, take it to the park.
Yeah, what can go wrong there?
Not recommended.
6 meters. I feel like if you had that skill, you have to go into porn as just being like...
No doubt.
Cream pie specialist.
It's a unique skill.
He's got to have like the velocity and the angles nailed on. 6 meters. So people at home, send in your records to the free WMD.
Yeah.
That's impressive, though. Where were they from? Do we know?
No. Should I look it up right now?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a pun while you do it, but no, I've got nothing. Jason?
My Google history is very dodgy.
Yeah, so I hate the cookies you get.
18 feet 9 inches. Sorry, 1 second. If you
Really
guys
excited
got
for the joke.
jizz-related stories, you guys can talk about personally or something.
That's one time. No, no.
Well, his name was Horst Schultz, so that
Horse. That sounds German.
Very German.
Horst. So yeah, I'd say German.
German or Austrian.
Austrian. Yeah.
My girlfriend's granddad named one like horse, so that's great.
Ah, runs in the family. Maybe ask your girlfriend's dad.
It sounds like someone who would break a jizz record, isn't it? Like Horst
It
Schultz.
does.
He knew that was his legacy he was leaving behind. I respect him. It was in 1834.
Do you think when
That's impressive.
people knock one out and it's like it flings really far, they go just on a Horst Schultz.
High five your friends.
I'll WhatsApp you guys next time. I just Horst Schultz all over the place.
I like it. We'll start be trending on Twitter within half an hour of this. All right.
Yes. Anyway.
All right. Moving on.
Right. Moving on.
This was another update, correct?
I'm not sure this is a much better story, but yeah, so
No.
we've got a follow-up of
Yes.
a story last week. The story last week was, the headline, man had sex with a dolphin called Dolly for a year, and he claims she seduced him.
Yep. Now, I've been talking to people throughout the week. Fascinating conversations. I was just thinking, how would you manage to do this? And then I looked up how long a dolphin can, stay alive out of water, and it was 8 to 10 minutes, which would give enough time for the man to go on land to do so. And apparently, apparently the whale genitals are on where the belly button area would be on a man, for example. So I was thinking, would you keep its head underwater while you go at it with its body, or would you just try and get it down quickly? It's fascinating. It's all possible options now. But I was thinking all week, and yeah, I was just fascinated. What do you guys think?
Well, I've spoke about this last week. I just don't know what position he would go for, and
it does open up the prospects of others now. You can do it on land.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I still don't know.
Recommend anyone doing this.
If the how is bigger than the why, or is the why bigger than the how in this story? But also now you're talking about it again. What is a vagina of a dolphin like? Like,
I'm not googling it.
No, don't. She says by the belly button. Now I'm assuming it is like a belly button, like it's just a tiny little
belly
hole.
button.
Oh God.
Yeah. Wow. This is a bit of a dodgy one, really. But that was my quick update on that, in case anyone was wondering, like I was all week.
Next time I buy tuna, I'm making sure it's dolphin friendly.
Just don't give it to a dog because they're vegan now. Right, let's move on.
All right, so next story we have got is, the title is MPs back ban on chilling rough sex defence.
Bring Mark some of the giggle.
So previously, people have died while rough sex, and the partner who survived has used that as a defence at courts. There's quite a high-profile one last year or the year before about the English backpacker in Australia.
Yes.
Which really caused a bit of a shitstorm, and rightly so. That was a really fucked up story. So now the MPs in the UK are ruling that you cannot use rough sex as a defence.
Now, do you think that this is going to make less people want to have rough sex? Or do you reckon nothing will change in that region for it?
Nothing will change.
Wouldn't that be in the back of your head, though?
Probably.
Obviously, I suppose you all know there's a chance something could go wrong if you're really into really weird stuff. Maybe.
But why? So you think, if I know I don't have to go to jail, I'm okay to continue, and now you could go to jail, you won't continue? What? Surely
it's a hard topic to discuss, isn't it? I'm just saying.
How would this? That wasn't going to stop you before. I doubt this would stop you now, right?
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
No, there's no trickiness in there.
Well, it would definitely be in the back of your head, and then that.
The only
Well,
thing I'm concerned about, though, right, is if the female in this particular scenario wanted the rough sex, and then
Yeah.
somehow she gets killed.
well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's a really tough shit for the guy, right? Because then if
Yeah.
he isn't experienced in it, yet she
Yeah.
asked for it, like wow.
Maybe there should be like a contract. How rough do you want your sex out of 10?
Yeah, that would really make
And
like
The smiley
the foreplay
face.
hot, right,
The
Rob?
smiley face.
You take him back to your place, you know, candlelit meal.
Hey,
Please
we're not
sign
far
here, love.
from
Please
that.
sign this.
In society, we're not far from that stage, I don't think.
That is true, sadly.
Sign for consent, sign for your level of roughness, sign for position.
Yeah.
Can I see your ID?
I mean, you should be asking them questions. If you need to ask that question, you're probably with the wrong person, as it is, Rob.
No comment
Yeah,
on that.
I was watching like a really random like TV series the other week, right? And there was a cops thing, and they had to go to this woman who claimed she was raped by this guy, this famous guy. Then like it's only a TV show, but it's quite an interesting thing is that he actually had a recording. He was recording it, so he filmed all what happened in the room, and it proved that he didn't rape her, right? So in this sense, it was a very clever move to be, you know, just in case someone does, and all these hashtag Me Too movements where there's a lot of people being, you know,
That's
claiming
dicey,
for-
however, because then he's
But
recording without.
yeah, but is that like what you need to do now, just in case something shit happens? I don't know.
I wouldn't
Another
recommend it,
topic.
but I see your point where that would show you haven't done anything wrong.
Again, it's just a program, but then he in the end didn't get, you know, convicted or anything. And rightly so, based on this.
That's such weird evidence.
Trashy
Against.
American
No,
program.
look, she was loving it. This was not. This was consensual. That's very weird. That's life's a weird place now, guys. Whatever
Right.
happened to courting and just living happily ever after, right?
Courting.
Courting. But my granddad used to say, "Are you courting at the moment?"
And now it's
Good.
all
What a lad. Right.
about
Well,
choking and yeah. So there you go, guys. Next time you are again in the rhythm of some rough sex, you can now.
a contract signed.
You have to get a contract.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I
Checks
recommend.
out. Right. Anything on the lighter front for the end of this, guys?
Let's finish off on a lighter one. So I got one here which is great. It's a little bit of an older, but it's freaking hilarious.
Go on.
So the title is Corn Addicts. So Kellogg's cornflakes. It's a fact. You did not know this. Kellogg's cornflakes were originally created to clear the mind of sinful thoughts. So Kellogg's cornflakes were originally invented as an anti-masturbatory morning meal to reduce the urge to self-pleasure in the morning.
Now, was the recipe different? Because I don't see how that's going to stop you wanting to tug on the old John Thomas.
They were so tasty, you just jumped out of bed. Talking of what?
I don't think so.
It was so tasty that you jumped out of bed because you couldn't wait to have your morning Kellogg.
I don't understand that. Like, no food should be distracting you from that at that moment.
Yeah, what was a normal breakfast before Kellogg stopped you wanking?
Just
a hand job.
wanking, that's what it was.
I used to get my 5 a day.
Was that how
So
people...
in
Go on.
They're welcome. So in general, John Kellogg, who was the inventor, creator of that, believed a plain and healthy diet was key to curbing masturbation. Plain and healthy diet.
Oh.
No more masturbation, guys. That's it.
That's bizarre. I don't.
And then Corona came along and ruined everything, and everyone needs masturbate 20 times a day.
Yeah, that's just. I just don't see how that works. I reckon it didn't work, and they thought, they'll still eat them.
I don't eat cereal anymore, and I've been wanking every morning since.
And I thought you wanked into your cereal for milk.
Thick milk.
We need that woman who like drinking the Spence movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I took a full 360. That did. Oh, I just don't get it. Like, wouldn't other cereals do the same job? Does that make you hornier?
Was Kellogg's the first ever cereal? Kellogg's cornflakes.
No, I don't think so. I have no idea.
Rob, please put a poll out next week. Would a bowl of cornflakes put you off masturbating?
Okay.
I'm intrigued to know what the
Shall we
outcome
have
of
a
that
little
would be.
prediction on the percentages?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 65% would say it would not stop them masturbating.
I'd say I'd be higher, like 80. I like the 80 now. 80 would say no.
Rob?
I'm gonna say 86.
Jumping on
I
that.
wonder what this John Kellogg has got against masturbation. Like, why is he against it? It's a weird thing.
Is he
Sorry,
a
say
Catholic?
again?
I wonder why this John Kellogg guy is against,
Yeah,
masturbation.
he
Why
had
he's
to have
against
been.
masturbation.
He had to be very religious, right?
We are
should
pro
look that part up.
masturbation on this program, guys.
You're pro masturbation, Rob?
Pro, yes.
2 thumbs up.
I'm pro it, and I'm pro at it. No, I'm joking. I'm just
Stop
average.
bragging. My hands tell me it's the best I've ever had.
True that.
Just really random reading the story here. So John Kellogg this is a little bit more claimed symptoms of masturbation. So if you masturbated, you were more likely to have mood swings, bad posture, acne, epilepsy, palpitations, and a fondness for spicy food. If you masturbate, he believed you like spicy food more, and that was a bad thing.
I like spicy food.
I don't
This guy's
understand the
nuts.
logic. I don't see how can you get bad posture? What are they doing? Hold up the ball doing it. And mum walks in. What are you doing? Nothing. Just
the fact is
crying.
he purposely made a tasteless, dull cereal to put people off masturbating, and now that cereal is like one of the probably best-selling cereals ever. Well, it's just hilarious, isn't it? Really?
Is it
So what
the
you're saying
cereals? I think if anything would stop you masturbating, just the cold milk.
What cereal would make you less likely to masturbate if you had to eat a bowl of cereal?
Less likely.
Weetabix.
I was going to say Weetabix because that, especially without milk, just dry.
Oh, it's horrible.
That's going to really put you off anything, isn't it?
About muesli, does that count?
It's different.
It's like sawdust. What cereal would make you want to masturbate?
What's got an erotic name?
Oh, I don't care about the name. About nougat pillows when you go to Lidl. Oh, this makes me want to bash one out right now.
Please refrain from bashing one out, Rob.
What's the one you get in America of all the little
Fruity
Lucky
Loops.
Charms.
Oh, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms? Yeah, that would be a Lucky Charm.
That would work a charm.
Wink. Yeah. Jason, anyone to add to the list?
Nope, I'm good.
If you have a cereal that makes you want to masturbate, please message in and let us know. And that might lead to the championship of being able to just over 6 meters. Perfect.
Horst Schultz.
Indeed. Horst Schultz.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
That was a lovely ending to the show, but I did enjoy the end one a lot. Not as much as Rob is right now, but...
I do fancy a bowl of cereal.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go have a bowl of cereal.
How was your
Kellogg's or Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms.
wish had some Pepper Pops?
All right, well, another episode done. And thanks for listening, guys. And we'll be back again same time next week for another
and don't forget to follow us and like us on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. You'll find
where can they find us?
3, as in the word 3, _ WMD.
Perfect.
Like, follow, subscribe, comment,
and
ask questions.
leave us comments and questions. We'll get back to you.
Tell your friends as well, because
Yeah. Tell your friends. Subscribe.
Cool.
Cool.
Your friends.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. I'll speak to you guys later.
Ciao, guys.
Okie dokie.
Guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.